Welcome to my story time by mybooksummary.com. Get ready for quick wisdom of countless stories and explore. A little owl with a big fear. Plop was not your ordinary barn owl. While most owls loved the dark, soared through the night with grace, and thrived in the moonlight, Plop wanted nothing to do with it. In fact, he was terrified of the dark. For a barn owl, this was quite a problem. Nighttime wasn't just an optional part of life, it was essential. His parents, who were wise and patient, knew they had to help him conquer his fear. One evening, after yet another protest from Plop about going out in the dark, his mother gently said, "You are only afraid because you don't know about the dark. Go and find out more about it." With that, Plop was sent on an adventure. Not a grand, sweeping journey to far-off lands, but a series of small encounters that would change the way he saw the world, or rather, the night. Chapter 1. The Dark is Exciting. Plop's first encounter was with a young boy, sitting on the grass outside his house, his face lit up with excitement. "What are you doing?" Plop asked, fluffing up his feathers nervously. "Waiting for the fireworks," the boy replied with a grin. Fireworks are the best thing about the dark. Plop, curious but still hesitant, watched as the boy's family set up chairs and blankets. Then suddenly, boom! The sky exploded in a shower of colors, reds, blues, and golds shimmering against the black canvas of night. Plop's round eyes widened in awe. The fireworks painted the darkness with beauty. "Wow," he whispered. "The dark is exciting. Maybe darkness wasn't just an empty, scary place. Maybe it could hold magic, too." Chapter 2. The Dark is Kind. Still unsure, Plop continued his journey the next night. He spotted an elderly woman sitting quietly on a bench, gazing at the sky. "Excuse me," Plop said hesitantly. "Can you tell me something good about the dark?" The woman smiled warmly. "The dark is kind," she said. "It lets the world rest. It wraps everything in a cozy blanket and gives people time to dream." Plop listened as she told stories of warm fires, soft blankets, and peaceful evenings with a cup of tea. The way she spoke, dark didn't seem frightening at all. It was gentle, a time to pause and be still. As he flew home that night, Plop thought, maybe the dark isn't so bad after all. Chapter 3. The Dark is Fun. The next night, Plop landed near a group of children sitting around a crackling campfire. They were roasting marshmallows, laughing, and telling stories. "What are you doing?" Plop asked. "Having fun," one of the kids replied. Darkness is perfect for ghost stories, hide-and-seek, and camping. Plop watched as they giggled and played, their faces glowing in the firelight. He had never thought about the dark as a playground before. By the time he left, he was starting to believe that maybe, just maybe, the dark could be fun. Chapter 4. The Dark is Necessary. The next evening, Plop met a scientist staring through a large telescope. "What are you looking at?" Plop asked. "The stars, of course," the scientist beamed. "Without the dark, we wouldn't be able to see their beauty." Plop turned his eyes upwards. The sky was speckled with glittering stars, each one twinkling like a tiny lantern in the night. He had never paid much attention to them before. "So without darkness, we wouldn't have stars?" he asked. "Exactly," the scientist replied. "Darkness is what makes the stars shine." Plop let that thought settle in his mind. Maybe darkness wasn't an enemy. It was a part of something much bigger and more wonderful than he had imagined. Chapter 5. The Dark is Wonderful. Plop's next encounter was with a sleek black cat, who moved through the night as if he owned it. "Aren't you afraid of the dark?" Plop asked. The cat let out a silky laugh. "Afraid? No, little owl. The dark is wonderful. It's where mysteries unfold, where the world whispers its secrets." Plop watched as the cat slipped effortlessly through the shadows, graceful and confident. Maybe darkness wasn't something to be feared, but something to be embraced. Chapter 6. The Dark is Everywhere. As Plop continued his journey, he met more creatures who found comfort in the dark. A bat, who told him that the night was his time to explore. A hedgehog, who used the dark to stay safe. Even a fox, who found the night perfect for adventures. Each one had their own reason to love the dark, and Plop found himself listening closely. Every story painted the darkness in a new, brighter light. The final chapter, Plop's big moment. One night, Plop's mother looked at him and said, "Plop, it's time." Plop gulped. "Time for what?" "Time to fly into the night." Plop hesitated. The dark still felt big, and he still felt small. But then he remembered the fireworks, the kind old lady, the laughter around the campfire, the stars, the mysterious black cat, the animals who called the night home. And suddenly, it didn't seem so scary. He spread his wings, took a deep breath, and leapt into the darkness. And for the first time, Plop flew without fear. Final thoughts, a journey of courage. Plop's journey isn't just about an owl learning to embrace the dark. It's about facing fears, being open to new experiences, and seeing the world differently. We all have our own darkness in life. Things that scare us, things we'd rather avoid. But just like Plop, the more we explore, the more we realize that what we fear isn't always as terrifying as it seems. So, if you ever find yourself afraid of the dark, remember Plop's adventure. The dark isn't just scary, it's exciting, kind, fun, necessary, and wonderful. And sometimes, all it takes is a little courage to see it that way. The end. Stay tuned for more enlightening content. Head over to www.mybooksummary.com. Don't forget to subscribe and share the magic with friends. And let's grow together through the power of books and interesting stories.